ranking the most iconic Muppet legends by aura. When you think of the Muppet Show, you probably think of chaos, flying chickens, and pure comedy madness. But let's be honest, not every Muppet walks into a room with the same energy.
Pepe, why did you pinch me?
Some make noise, some make jokes, and some just own the stage. Today, we're ranking the most iconic legends from the Muppet Show. Not by fame, not by screen time, but by aura. That special presence, that magic, that you can't look away factor. So hit that like button, and let's talk about which Muppet legends truly own the spotlight.
First, my caddy collapsed on the 17th hole.
10. Jim Nabors, 1976. Before the show became a huge hit, before people really understood its style, there was Jim Nabors. In 1976, the Muppet Show was still new and unusual. A frog hosting a variety show with pigs, monsters, and wild backstage chaos was not normal television. It felt strange. Some viewers probably didn't know what to think. Jim Nabors stepped into that moment with comfort and kindness. He didn't act confused about the madness around him. He didn't joke about how weird it all was.
Now, wait just a minute.
Instead, he treated the Muppets like real stage partners. He sang with honesty and warmth, just as he would on any traditional variety show. His voice was strong and smooth. When he sang, it filled the theater. But he didn't try to control the stage or compete with the chaos. He stayed relaxed and let the silliness happen around him. Seeing a familiar and trusted performer stand calmly beside Kermit and Miss Piggy helped the audience feel at ease.
Hey, Miss Piggy.
It made the strange feel welcome. His gentle and friendly presence helped the show find its footing in those early days.
Oh, well, I'm sure glad we got that straightened out.
9. Christopher Reeve, 1980. By 1980, the show had found its rhythm. The chaos was sharper, the jokes came faster. Guests had to keep up.
You're tonight's special guest star.
Then walked in a man the world knew as Superman. Christopher Reeve had already become a global icon through Superman. He carried heroic stature, square jaw, calm voice. It would have been easy for him to protect that image. He didn't. He allowed himself to be silly without losing dignity. That balance is rare. The most memorable moments weren't just about comedy. It was how he treated Miss Piggy.
Yes, a gorgeous person.
He didn't roll his eyes at her dramatic flirtation. He didn't smirk at the absurdity. He played it straight, charming, and fully present. When explosions went off around him, he stayed steady. When the Muppets shouted, he listened. His aura said, "I respect this world." That grounded energy lifted the entire episode. 8. Gilda Radner, 1978. Now let's talk comic genius. Gilda Radner arrived already famous from Saturday Night Live.
Burn here.
But she brought more than just recognition. She brought heart. Radner understood the secret of the Muppets. Their humor comes from care. They try hard, they fail loudly, they dream big. And Radner matched that energy
Well, I
perfectly.
was going to do selections from the parrots of Penzance.
She laughed genuinely. She looked delighted when chaos erupted. She didn't feel like a professional guest performing beats. She felt like someone who had wandered into the theater and decided to stay. And the Muppets welcomed her immediately. Her aura blended childlike wonder with professional timing, creating moments that were as magical as they were funny.
Coleslaw. They paid him a huge salary.
7. Rudolf Nureyev, 1978. Then there was elegance. Rudolf Nureyev was not just a dancer, he was a global ballet legend. His name carried prestige, discipline, art. When he appeared on the show, something shifted. A man of high culture dancing in absurd sketches with pigs and monsters could have felt like parody. It didn't. He committed fully. When he danced with the same seriousness he brought to grand stages around the world. And then he danced in mud with a giant pig. That contrast was powerful. He didn't mock the show. He elevated it by taking it seriously. His aura said, art belongs everywhere. And in that moment, the Muppet Theatre felt bigger than children's entertainment. It felt like a place where ballet and slapstick could share the same spotlight. 6. Marty Feldman, 1980. If you've ever seen someone look like a walking cartoon come to life, that's Marty Feldman. His wide eyes, elastic movements, and instinct for visual comedy made him feel like a human Muppet.
I had to fill that with petrol.
He didn't rely on clever lines. His face, his posture, his timing did all the work. Feldman leaned into physical chaos, becoming part of the scenery, matching the puppet's exaggerated gestures with his own offbeat rhythm. His aura was anarchic but precise. He knew exactly how far to push a moment before snapping it back. Watching him alongside the Muppets felt less like a guest spot and more like a crossover episode between species.
I've got a better one.
5. Peter Sellers, 1978. The Muppet Theatre is a place where nothing stays the same for long. Characters switch moods quickly. Scenes turn upside down without warning. Peter Sellers understood that kind of world perfectly.
I should live so long.
When he appeared on the show, he didn't come as himself. He chose not to play Peter Sellers. Instead, he showed up as different characters throughout the episode. New accents, new personalities, new attitudes. Each time he stepped into a scene, he felt like someone completely different. That choice made him fit right in. The Muppets are always transforming, always surprising you. Sellers did the same. He moved from serious to silly to strange without any effort. Even Kermit, who usually keeps things steady, had to adjust to whatever Sellers brought into the moment. There was something exciting about not knowing who he would be next. It kept the audience alert. It made every scene feel alive. He didn't act like a guest visiting a puppet show. He became part of its strange, playful world. By the end, it felt natural to see him alongside the Muppets, as if he belonged there all along.
Oh, yeah. Doing you good, Linky?
4. John Cleese, 1977. Sometimes aura isn't about blending in, it's about standing apart. John Cleese is a master of this principle. Known worldwide for Monty Python's Flying Circus, Cleese did something bold. He resisted the madness. In his episode, he played a hostile guest who didn't want to do sketches, didn't want to sing, didn't want to dance. He acted as if he were trapped in nonsense.
Which one are you? I'm the ugly, disgusting one who catches cannonballs.
And that resistance? It created a whole new kind of comedy. By pushing back, he highlighted just how absurd the Muppet world really was. He treated the Muppets seriously, but in a different way. He argued with them, debated with them, judged them.
Monsters grab me and stuff me into this. I mean, Wagnerian opera.
His aura was sharp, witty, and commanding. The result was comedy tension at its finest. 3. Zero Mostel, 1977. There are performers who fill a room, then there is Zero Mostel. A Broadway titan known for commanding live audiences, he brought raw theatrical force to the Muppet stage.
I'm in my dressing room being eaten.
His voice boomed. His gestures were massive. His energy was unstoppable. The Muppets had to keep up with him, not the other way around.
I love it.
Usually the puppets set the pace, but with Mostel, it felt like they were running alongside a hurricane. His aura was primal. He treated the Muppets as worthy opponents in a theatrical duel. There was no condescension, no softening, just full, unapologetic presence. Controlled chaos needs a force strong enough to test the controls. Mostel was that force.
I may get fat.
2. Vincent Price, 1977. Some guests looked comfortable on stage. Vincent Price looked like he owned it. From the moment he appeared, it felt natural. The theater lights, the dramatic music, the strange characters around him, all of it suited him perfectly.
Excuse me.
He was famous for stylish horror films like House of Wax. He had a smooth, rich voice that could make even a simple line sound mysterious. When he spoke, people listened. He didn't have to try hard to create an atmosphere. It came naturally to him. In an episode filled with monsters and spooky scenes, he didn't seem like a regular guest visiting a comedy show. He fit right in. In fact, he sometimes felt like part of the Muppet world itself, as if he understood its strange rhythm better than anyone else.
Manacles, bind me.
He was aware of his public image as a master of horror, and he enjoyed it, but he never made fun of it in a cheap way. Instead, he leaned into it with style and charm. He didn't try to outshine the Muppets or take control of the spotlight. He worked with them. The result was smooth, playful, and perfectly balanced.
But don't you let 'em.
1. Harry Belafonte, 1979. And finally, the one who changed everything. Harry Belafonte walked in not just to perform, but to connect. When he sang "Turn the World Around," the energy of the whole theater shifted. The usual jokes stopped, even the Muppets seemed to pause, standing around him with respect. Belafonte didn't treat the Muppets as props. He treated them as partners in a moment that mattered. His voice carried not just notes, but emotion, story, and soul. He looked at the audience to connect, not to get a laugh. That sincerity changed the tone of the episode. It showed that even a comedy show could hold something deeply meaningful when someone brought their heart. That is the purest kind of aura. So, there you have it, our ranking of the most iconic Muppet legends by aura. Who do you think had the most aura? Did we miss someone whose presence lit up the theater? Drop your rankings and thoughts in the comments. We need to debate this. And if you love diving into the magic of Muppet history, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video.